Human.
People are not gonna watch this because Frank Stacks is not on here.
Oh, Caustic's not here.
Oh, I don't wanna. I'm not gonna watch it. I want to see. If fools
aren't going to talk about how they hate other fools on the internet, then I can't watch.
I want to hear personal things about people.
I want to hear people's feelings. I want to hear people's feelings about feelings on the internet.
I don't want to. Oh, you don't want to fucking with LOD now, innit? Legion of fucking Doom now, innit? Ain't bro?
I love those the fucking Brits how they talk, huh?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dirtbag Dan Show, episode 98
degrees
in the shade.
All I am, all I be. You lucky I was sick. Everything in this world. Dorito, hey, Ali Landry was in the video though, bro. I'm not going to do you like that because I was sick and I'm not going to be able to hit the Nick Lachey like I want. You feel me?
It's alt account corny, dog.
I keep my enemies guessing, use success as a weapon. When I'm winning, they stressing, unless they think I'm a blessing. I work all day so these peasants gon' recognize I'm a king. You're in the face of a legend, like what you trying to be. I got no faith in these peasants, I got them open my presence. Feels like they float for a second, that shit I smoke is the essence. I put a scope on the weapon, all my enemies stressing. No throwing blows like it's Tekken, this shit ain't no Smith & Wesson. I'm talking about a 30-06, heard he got clipped, heard he got wild when he heard he got rich. Heard he threw a fit in the hotel lobby, don't call no cops, don't tell nobody, bitch. I'ma act a fool cause I can, plus I got gas to roll in my can. I don't flash cash at all on my gram, put that action all in my hand.
Man, follow the plan and we get it all. Hitting these licks and we ready to ball. Serving that shit that they sniff in the stall. Bitches be stripping and clutching they jaw. Nothing surprised me to been through it all. Couple of homies I wish I could call. When it's my time, no, I did it for y'all. Rather die on the rise and live through the fall.
Hey, I'ma put a rack on a flight. Open to Vegas with packs on a flight. Name brand shit so we jacking the price. Made a quick flip then we back in the night like it ain't nothing. Talk big so we can't trust her. Free code so we ain't cuffing at all. She can fuck the team. Think we rolled in a Russian cream, that's clean.
Oh shit, done got another voicemail. What's the name? Fucking main like, oh well. Now you wanna squabble on God, I won't go well. Bitch, I'm in the field, but the bay's like, oh damn. Talk about bricks, man, I got it by the wholesale. Looking like cost on the block, it's a no-sale. Talk about bitch, man, I got it by the wholesale. Oh my god, pop, robbing tricks at the hotel.
I keep my enemies guessing, use success as a weapon. When I'm winning, they stressing, unless they think I'm a blessing. I work all day so these peasants gon' recognize I'm a king. You're in the face of a legend, like what you trying to be.
Ain't hard to find, I'm a popular dude. Shit, I might hear what y'all wanna do. See, this is the shit that we not gonna do. Don't ask for the ball if you're not gonna shoot. Look at my frame, I'm a dominant dude. Breaking down lines like a Dominic Sue. White Peter, I'm making mafia moves. Looking like Robert and Godfather 2. You did it yourself, you're not in the news. Your body been found, but you're not in the news. Couple of coffins your mama could choose. I'm jumping on shrooms like Mario 2. Me and the squad smoking shots in the booth. Fully auto, I keep shots in the coupe. Offended be plotting and watching my moves. I sit and wonder what Obama would do.
Like fucking with Dan, what's your plan of attack? Have a panic attack, ain't no planning for that. Say people acting like this ain't a slap. People that think that the planet is flat. Damn, it's a rap, bitches be pouring some rock. I just put 4 in the pot, ignoring these thoughts. These bitches is boring, I don't give a fuck if they foreign or not.
Everyone litty, this shit is official. Don't talk to the boy, he's a schizo. I'm riding around with my clip in the pistol. Strippers of hundreds, I'm gripping the pistol. Smoking in Oakland, I get it for Frisco. All of my cookie vanilla in the bisco. Slick in the Crisco. Disco cab, you feeling like Klitschko.
Goddamn right, I've been yicking. Cooking like a motherfucker, living in the kitchen. It was all about the bitches, I was all about the chicken. But the clock stayed ticking, so I'm really on a mission, trying to give it to you. Pussies gon' hate on the squad. They bitches is busted, I put that on guard. I'm up on the stage, they giving applause. They watching and wishing they vision was flawed.
Smoke, you can't be in it. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in it.
Hey yo, if you you ain't smoking, then you don't wanna be around. Bet they roll up something extra fat when they see me in town. I'm talking fat guys, baseball bat size. If it ain't pass right, make a boat capsize. I'm off that act right, Fago mixed with Slacktivist. I'm Captain Smackovich, hit up the studio and track some hits. Ain't no tobacco when we pass the spliff. Take a hit, I guarantee you taste the keepin' hashing it. I'm passionate, a connoisseur of exotic pop. The can pop, what kind of flavors your man got? Pop, gelato, bubblegum, Gorilla Glue. Mix it in a wood, I guarantee it got you feeling cool.
If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in here. High as a bitch, we be sleeping here. One for the suckers, the G is here. Niggas be trippin', we deep in here. All of my beefs is here, ready to squeeze in here. If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in here.
I stroll in the function, gangsta shit bumpin', thump in the trunk shit, serve to the public, known to cause ruckus, loud like fuck it, it don't slap then I don't bump it, we faded in this bitch, passing blunts like a slut bitch, you never on no fuck shit, no only wanna suck dick, we up in here dump it, case niggas wanna bump lips, I'm going in the trunk quick, cause I don't give a fuck bitch, NorCal fucking with the wave like a beach bum, you trying to get high as fuck, this where you get your weed from, we stay lit, nigga, gather up the weed crumbs and roll it in the spliff and drag hits with your weak lung.
If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in here. High as a bitch, we be sleeping here. One for the suckers, the G is here. Niggas be trippin', we deep in here. All of my beefs is here, ready to squeeze in here. If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in here.
I arrived and they saying that I can't smoke my weed in here. Nice try, brought a whole P in here. Come to the back where I'm at, shawty, we in here. White girl, come through with that white girl key in here. Always got some sticky on my fingers, keep it G. I'm in a Kia with your beer, acting like a bitch. I hit the weed and probably get to geeking. Going overseas, you sold to me, Elisa or Sophia, acting like a bitch. Come through with some swishes, cause I know we running low. Too many niggas at the function, bring a chicken to the show. Smoke a quarter every day, I've been this way since I don't know. 2 zones last me 3 days, I be stoned.
If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck, you can't see in here. High as a bitch, we be sleeping here. One for the suckers, the G is here. Niggas be trippin', we deep in here. All of my beefs is here, ready to squeeze in here. If you don't smoke, you can't be in here. It's foggy as fuck.
Quick story, I'm gonna get it off real quick. My nig, I'm gonna tell you what it is. My nig, bruh. Q came through, told me this story, real life shit. He's like, hey nigga, I've been trying to get on this pimpin' hype, nigga, get my toes wet and shit, right? I was like, all right, so what goes on? You know, he's like, I got this bitch, nigga. I'm just gonna call her Baby Schmut. And I was like, all right, so what happened was he was like, nigga, I don't have a spot for her to be hoeing at, nigga. And so I sent Baby Schmut out on this little mission, nigga, my first time pimping, right? And this is like the next day.
Right on Power Justice.
I'm like, all right. So what happened is like, nigga, Baby Schmut went out on the mission, nigga. I was out smoking, like, I wasn't even in the situation, you know what I mean? Like, not like how it should have been. Nigga, she came back, cigarette burns on her, all type of shit. And then basically that drove him away from pimping, bro. He failed his first time. And he was just like, she came back wounded, nigga.
He was like,
So,
oh no.
I'll tell you this now, Frank. It's a wild game.
Yo, hey,
This wasn't good at all.
I'm an ice cold Mac. That wouldn't happen to me.
Hey, I got some haikus too, guys. What happened to those?
You actually wrote some haikus. I got haikus. Cause I'm a white dude.
Ken and Ryu. Yes!
Well, I'm on some other shit. Yeah. Well, I'm on some other shit. Yeah. Pull out a slab and I dab out the mothership. Tell a bitch she can suck a dick. If you came looking for fire, then fuck with this. Well, I'm on some other shit. Well, I'm on some other shit. Pull out a slab and I dab out the mothership. Tell a bitch she can suck a dick. If you came looking for fire, then fuck with this. I'm on
some other shit. They don't know just where my brain is at. They don't know that I'm a maniac. See a red door, I'ma paint it black. You don't like me, I'm okay with that. Say some shit, I never take it back. Turn the oven on and make a slab. If I spend it, I'ma make it back quick. Watch me make the money, do a backflip. Bitches care about the money, that's it. Really, I'm just trying to post up somewhere sunny. Bet they hate me cause they think they love me for me. Bet they love me cause I always keep
hustle every night and day. Boy, I got my mind on cake.
Instagram like I was 50, feeling like the government is out to get me. Y'all are some fascists. Bitch, I've been paying my taxes. I get it lit like some matches. I got them shaking their asses. I throw a job like I'm Cassius Clay. Wait for the homies that passed away.
Sorry,
Pick up
we
a zip
weren't
of
here
some gas
last week.
today.
We were throwing a big ass fucking battle rap event, as you guys might be aware of. BOTZ 9 went down last weekend, last Saturday at the Ritz, last Sunday at Local Color, and the VOD is available right now online at botzbattles.com. Holy shit, man! We sold more VODs in the first week than ever by far. Like I it's hard to quantify, but you know, double, triple, something like that. Like we're super stoked with the response so far, and the quality is fucking super high. The Moist Mob killed it. The venue was amazing. We're just gonna start off 30s today by breaking down BOTZ 9. But first, let me say what's up. Suck my dick, America. Ryan, what's good? I see you out there. The Battle Rap Boutique, always in the building. Frack's in this bitch. We got a show next Thursday at the Elbow Room. Frack, record release party, and like the whole DBD show squad is going to be performing on stage. We're going to do a set together. Should be fucking super dope. I see White Widow Hayes is in here. Drew, James, Chemtrail, Fran. Was good, y'all. It's nice to see the homies up in this bitch. Friday, we're talking about battle rap, y'all. So BOTZ 9, we're going to break the whole thing down. I kind of broke it into sections, trying to provide a little structure for y'all on Fridays. So the venue, man, the venue was the Ritz. This is the first time that we've done a battle at the Ritz, not the first time that I performed at the Ritz. It's a performance venue, you know what I mean? Typically, like, probably the best place to see a band in San Jose outside of, you know, like the HP or like, one of, Shoreline, someplace like a concert hall or something like that. As far as like clubs go, it's like one of the nicer places. And anytime, they don't get a lot of hip hop there, I think, because they're more like tied to like the punk rock and like rockabilly and country and all sorts of crazy shit. But they do sometimes have hip hop shows, but for the most part, this is the first time they've done anything like even in that realm. And they loved it. The venue was fucking stoked. They loved the audience. They loved the concept of the battles. And I got to say that big ups to the lighting guy. I don't know his name, but he was the fucking man, and he helped the crew set up. We actually didn't even have our own lights set up. We had the stage lights just fixed on the floor, like on the battlers, and we were able to make these like halo lights in the background, and they had the smoke machine kick in, so like it would really just created these lights, V's in the back that are just shining down. Like it was the coolest looking shit that we've been able to put up as far as like the camera goes before, you know. I think we had fun at the back bar, and like those events were always fun, but it was real loose, and that was kind of like the vibe there. But it was hard to kind of put together a production on that scale and make it look fucking amazing. So the Ritz is definitely going to be the place where we plan to operate for the next big event, BOTZ 10. So yeah, that was the venue. It was fucking awesome. Hey, Blunt S.A. Thompson. It's Mike Hawk. That's what I thought. I was like, I seen the fucking the Rick drinking, and I knew it was Mike Hawk. Yeah, man, I was doing an awesome job hosting. If we could just talk about that. People thought I was angry, and to my surprise, I just kept saying it didn't look like I was having fun. And I guess no, it didn't look like I was having fun. It looked like I was a psychopath. But I was having a lot of fun. I think Itchy gave me a shot of whiskey, and I don't know. I was definitely feeling myself. I I kept screaming the BOTZ is the best league in the world. But like, dude, at that moment, I was just like, yeah, I was absolutely sure we were the best league in the world. Fucking here we are, like 5 days later, still positive best fucking league on the planet of Earth. So yeah, I stand by everything I said. I screamed in B Nasty's face. I screamed "fuck you" and "dickhead." I don't. Okay, I apologize. I guess I'm sorry, but I meant everything I said. You fucking. There's no reason to be freestyling on some like fucking hippity flippity Statue of Liberty ass shit, like in the third round of a battle like that. You're the biggest battle of your career, because I think that was the biggest battle of his career, and I think it was more like that was irritating me at that moment than anything else. It was like, this was your fucking big shot, B Nasty, and you decided to freestyle out your third. That's fucking insane. I lost my mind. Still stand by it. And B Nasty's awesome. He'll definitely be back, and hopefully he won't fucking freestyle anymore. And then yeah, what else did I do that was crazy? People said I was mean to Absurd, but I was like, no meaner than he was to himself. Like, there was nothing I could do to Absurd that he didn't already do to himself. I felt bad, honestly. I was like, fuck, man, because I knew it was like, he was like, this was his like comeback thing, and then he fucking shit the bed epically, like 3 rounds of shit the bed. And like, the thing about Absurd is that he has a good cadence, and his voice isn't bad, and he thinks of pretty good bars. Like, he can punch, right? So like, he came out and punched right off the bat, and you're like, oh, Absurd's gonna fuck Robo up. And then it was like, oh no, he's not. Not at all. Not at all. It just ended up being a shit show. And Robo, I fucking warned Absurd this on camera. At some point, I specifically remember saying, like, yo, you will get fucked up with Robo if you don't come correct. Like, you have to come correct with Robo or you will get fucked up. And sure as shit, Absurd didn't come correct, and he got fucked up. So that was bad. Oh, B Nasty's in here. What's up? I was just talking about you. Your ears burning? Bang. But yeah, we should call this podcast Angry Dan, huh? Just as a fuck you, and I just sit in here with a pitchfork and fucking be like, don't freestyle, bitch. The fuck you're out of your mind. Yeah, Angry Dan. I like it. So let me just break it down like this. Let's talk about the battle of the night for day one. Got to give it to EK versus Ronnie. As far as like a back and forth goes, amazing. If you guys haven't seen the VOD yet, holy shit, go buy the VOD just for that. I mean, it's 5 hours of battles and bar pong and fucking Kilowatts is battling the ref on there. But on top of all that shit, Ronnie versus EK lived up to all my expectations. Just really dope on both sides. I feel like EK always just steps up his performance, and he always has like some of the best writing. And Ronnie is like one of my favorite new dudes in this battle rap shit. So that was the battle of the night for me, without question. Ronnie versus EK. I don't know how you guys had that, if you guys watched it, but yeah, it was amazing. EK is always like, on second watch, I catch all these things. So like, I want to go back and watch that one again. I haven't watched the whole VOD. I watched Pat and No Shame, and I watched the Rookie Rumble, but I didn't watch the whole thing. So I'll have to go back and watch that again, but that's what I'm going to give a Battle of the Night to. I don't know if you guys agree, but it was incredible. And then also Performance of the Night. I mean, shit, man. You could say Pat, but Pat was just doing Pat. And like, Pat's so much better than the average person that like you know, put him on a card and it's often going to look like he has a Performance of the Night. But you could say, I don't know, like whoever you want to give it to in EK and Ronnie. Reverse Live was dope, and I thought that he clearly won the battle versus Gray Fox, either like 2-1 or just that dirty third. But it wasn't like the best Reverse Live performance I ever seen. So it was tight. It's just like it went right after Ronnie and EK or right before or something like that. And I was like, oh man, this is a hard act to follow. You could almost say Sam Colt had Performance of the Night because it was his best performance ever. Like if you're just judging on like individual basis, like he was, okay, here's what Sam Colt did. Sam Colt was in the biggest battle of his career, you know, with big air quotes because we're calling it a career. But he was in the biggest battle of his life, and he had the best performance he's ever had. That's what you want to fucking see, man. Like, so often do people get, you know, in these situations. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I feel like there's definitely been times I've underperformed, and those times tend to be in the bigger battles. So to see someone live up to the hype or like exceed expectations in that kind of a moment is definitely it's dope from a league owner standpoint, and I think from a fan standpoint too. Yeah. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Performance of the night is hard to call, but I might lean towards Sam Colt for that situation alone. And then talk about the main event real fast before we move on to day 2. Pat Stay versus No Shame. Holy shit. It was a crazy battle. No Shame was really beating herself up afterwards. I think that she felt like she lost. And I think it's hard to battle Pat Stay and not feel like you fucking lost. Like, I'm glad I've never battled the dude because he's just fucking towering over you and he's hella loud and the people are reacting. It was crazy because, like, I loved Pat's first round. I can't remember. Okay, his second round was the one where he's, like, pulling out the fucking bananas and oranges and shit. And I'm like, okay, I hate this. Like, I hope that the look on my face says, but it's like, I can't, you know, I have to judge on performance and like bars and reaction and stuff like that. And even if I like strongly disagree with the content, like he was still probably like doing the damn thing in that round. You know what I mean? And then there was like this awkward exchange between us in between the second and third round. Cause I was like, do something, man. Like get to the point where you fucking, you know, are not just being wild, hateful, and ignorant. You know what I mean? Which is, and it's like Pat always is like, he does this, he makes a point, and I should have just trusted him to like get to there, but I was just impatient from like standing in front of some shit that I just strongly disagreed with. And No Shame was having like a career performance for sure, you know, but I think that Pat, his intensity will take some of the wind from your sails. You know what I mean? So I think that if No Shame's performance was hindered in any way, it was from just how good Pat was doing. And then Pat he brought it home in the third. Maybe not as like home as I would have liked to have brought it, but like he got to where he was going. And he, you know, it was just, he was doing what he was supposed to do. It's weird you set up the scenarios where you're like, okay, he's supposed to battle, like, he wants to battle No Shame. She's transgender. Like, he's going to say some out-of-pocket shit. Like, he set up the scenario where he, like, has to say some out-of-pocket shit. But it's, you know, there's definitely, like, ways to do that aren't, you know, that I wouldn't so strongly disagree with. But at the same time, it's like, this is battle rap. Like, it's not a safe place for, you know, I don't know. It is and it isn't, like, because at the end of the day, I feel like both Pat Stay and No Shame, not only are they like, are they friends in some way after this? And they like talked and they've had a dialogue and they understand each other more. I think that, yeah, they both of them learned from this situation in a positive way. And that's, you know, fuck, man, that's the most like, that's the best possible outcome you could have for that scenario where it's like two people saying super negative shit about each other. And, you know, and that's why I think these kind of battles have value. But at the end of the day, like, I know that it's one of those things where it could be like, it could serve you either way. Like, you could be a total shithead and have like a total shithead opinion about transgender people and watch this battle and be like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? And like that's uncomfortable and that sucks. But at the same time, like I think if you apply some actual like knowledge to the situation, you really listen to what Pat's saying and you listen to what No Shame's saying, then it's hard to come away from that with anything but a little better of an understanding of where both of them are coming from. So that's my take on the main event. I think you should definitely watch it. We have not put out a release schedule for the battles yet because we're still working off the release schedule for the last battles, which actually ends next Friday. But I think sometime mid next week, Monday or mid next week, we'll release the release schedule for BOTZ 9. I'll tell you right now that the first battle that's going to drop for BOTZ 9 is going to drop on February 16th, and that's going to be the Rookie Rumble because there's voting involved. Hey! Bang! I just did a little like puppet thing under. You couldn't see, but I was moving my leg like a puppet, dancing for that $20, Ian Lee, because that's what we do around here. Shit, that's what we do. I don't know what they're doing on all them other shows, but your boy will bust it if you guys donate enough money, and that's $20 is enough money. Hell yeah, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're going to talk about that a little later. We're always going to talk about the future of battle rap on every episode. And I'm always going to pat myself on the back for fucking being a part of that shit. But like I was saying, 16th of February, Rookie Rumble drops. And then we're going to do the voting. We'll start that day and it'll end the 2nd of March. So there'll be 2 weeks of voting on the Rookie Rumble. The winner of that is going to get $500 and is going to be eligible for a shot at the BOTZ title. So it's important. Vote. And it's not, I got to watch it back because I couldn't even say off top who won. But we'll get to that right now. How many of y'all have got the VOD? Yeah, White Widow Hayes. February 16th. That's when that shit drops. That's when you need to get all your people to vote. And we're not starting the voting until the battle hits YouTube. So we're not going to make that mistake again. All right. Yeah, you know it. I don't mind patting myself on the back. Battle Rap Boutique. We were just talking. We need to find. There was a clip one time you were on the show, and I said, "It's the Battle Rap Boutique." We need to find that shit and then make a button out of it because it's fantastic. The Rumble spoils the champ match. No, not necessarily. Because what I said is that you are eligible for a BOTZ title match, which means that there will be some kind of like title contention situation that we put up. We talked about doing a 4-man tournament. We might just set up a series of matchups where we have, 4 of the MCs who are kind of at the top of the food chain with regards to BOTZ who are eligible because they've had as many BOTZ battles. And then we'll set up those matchups. And based on, much like the UFC, right? Where we'll set up matchups between like our number 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, and we'll go, okay, who had the best performance? Who had the best matchup? You know what I mean? And then take it from there. Maybe we need to have those 2 guys, whoever won those 2 guys face each other and that person gets a title shot. Maybe one person did so fucking good that they just got to skip right to a title shot right there. So I think that's how we're going to set it up. We're going to set up a series of matches that will be title contention matches. And then based on who has the best performances, that person is going to get a title shot at BOTZ 10. And whoever wins that Rumble is going to be in one of those matches, guaranteed. So that's how we're doing that. Bam! Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about day 2 real fast. Local Color. We love fucking Local Color. It's an awesome venue. We thought we were going to lose it. Turns out we got Local Color until July now. So we're going to be doing more tryout events at Local Color. It's fucking awesome. It's all ages, guys. So that's definitely like a bonus. This is the first time that we had an all-age event as far as a BOTZ event. Not a ton of kids. Not a big surprise, I guess, because it's usually at bars anyways. But hopefully that'll change. And this the other thing too is you could bring your children, because a lot of the homies have kids, and it's a big place, and they got all this art and board games and video games and stuff for kids to do. It was cool, man. There were kids running around and finger painting and doing stuff while we were doing the battles, and it didn't feel like it was disrupting the situation. I thought it was really nice. So Tight. All right. Moving on. So day 2, local color. It was fucking awesome. Tryouts right off the bat. We had 2 tryouts. We were supposed to have 3. And fucking Digits was there, and he just didn't fucking come. He was like across the street. And he's, I don't want to battle. All right, man. Okay. So we had 2. And they're both really good matchups. I would say the standout performer was Mega One, who we had seen before. We had him in a tryout before, and I'd heard that he had been doing good in like SoCal in those battles. But shouts out to Mega One. Probably a shoe-in for that performance of the night, because there's only 4. Yeah, there's only 4 people. There's supposed to be 6. There's only 4 now, and I really felt like Mega One had the best performance. So Hardcastle was the other winner. He did really good too. He was a much closer battle with LDP than it was with Mega One. And who did Mega One battle?
LTP.
No. LDP battled Hardcastle. Oh, Mega One battled Flammy Marciano, who was dope. He had a really good style. He was a really good rapper, but just wasn't used to battling. He was looking at his phone. He didn't remember his bars. It's a fucking thing, man. So hopefully we see Flammy Marciano come back. He's tight. He's just, it's like it's one thing to watch this shit. It's another thing to do it, right? It's just like fighting. Think of all this shit you would do, and then you hit one, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you're in the ring, and you're like, I know all my bars. And you're like, wait a minute, do I know all my bars? Like, yeah, that's a real fucking thing. So, I see a whole bunch of questions in the chat, and I know you guys are like talking to each other too, but once I finish going through this, before we move on to, after we do the channel news and before we move on to the major topic of the day, which is battle rapper salaries, because I know you motherfuckers wonder about that shit, I'll do a little question and answer, and then we'll do another one at the end. Sup, Blue? Blue made it back home. Shouts out to Blue. Always turning the events out. Woodstock in this bitch. I'm sure he'll be back in July. All right. So, performance of the day. Shit, man. I guess MK probably. MK as far as the individual battles go. We've had MK battle before. But he was just really on his shit. And everybody kept talking about him. Like, because there was a bunch of Reno dudes there, and they kept like referencing MK. Because he's probably the most experienced, maybe popular of those Reno guys. I've known him the longest. And yeah, he killed it, man. He had a hell of a performance. So we're definitely going to have MK back. Standout performance. Easily like the best individual performance outside of the Rookie Rumble, which I think you just have to take all into its own context. And man, the Rookie Rumble, hard to call. I feel like there's like 3 people that are eligible out of 6, like if for my vote, you know what I mean? Like, the way we're doing this, we talked about it at the end of the battle. Excuse me. We are going to have 4 qualified judges with the audience as a 5th judge. You know what I mean? That way, you guys get to have your say, but it's not going to be like a situation where, you know, the idea is that everyone's happy with the outcome at the end of the day. And I think it's important for it to be a popularity contest, but at the same time, there should be some kind of like, you know, judgment that's passed by experience or someone who has a little knowledge of the shit. And I don't know, it's okay. The Rookie Rumble, like ordinarily, I wouldn't have wanted to judge any of the other Rumbles, right? Like I wouldn't want to judge the last Rumble. Because it's like they got my friends in there. You know what I mean? Not that like none of these guys aren't my friends. I like all you kids, but we don't kick it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I kick it with some of these cats. Like Caustic, I can't be judging Caustic. That shit ain't fair. So like this is okay because it's like all people that like I can have a fair judgment on. I don't have like a preconceived notion. And the performances were fucking awesome. I thought I would say, I don't know. I don't want to like fucking spoil it. And like I feel like everyone had moments. I feel like Ohms definitely had moments. But But I think that like the structure might have fucked with Ohms as far as like having to be on that 90 seconds. And he was like, no, let me go. I'm like, no, I cannot let you go. I have to stop you. Like it had to be that way. And then White Widow Hayes was tight. You could tell that it was like he's getting thrown to the wolves, you know what I mean? But I was really impressed with like how well he was able to hold his own in that situation. Skits MC was really on point too. Just super solid performance, you know what I mean? There's, I don't know, one of those rounds was his for sure. You know what I mean? If you take a round, it's a good look. A lot of people feel like SM was smoking, and there was one round where he had a slip, but even SM slips are pretty like fun, you know? But SM had 2 really solid rounds that's going to be hard for people to get past, you know what I mean? I think Ryan also had a round that was really fucking like could have been the best round in the battle. Man, just across the board. Trillin James too, he was in the mix. Like it was a really tough one to call, and I'm going to have to go back and watch it again before I pass my judgment. And I already watched it once. So, and still, I'm not like 100% on who to vote for. So watch that Rookie Rumble and vote, y'all. Like, that's the other thing too. I hate to see these like people win these votes on like on 100, 500 votes. Like the battles get views in the thousands. It's nothing. Just click, bro. It's you go to the website, click once, and it's 1 vote for per IP address. So you can vote on your phone, you can vote on your computer, whatever. Like, let us know. You know what I mean? Because y'all are a judge. We want to see what's cracking, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see who wins that, and what. Like I said, they're going to end up in a contention match of some sort. So they're going to be like on the road to that belt. It's not going to put them immediately in front of that belt, but it's going to put them on the road to that belt. So yeah. Yeah, man. I don't want to become the West Coast KOTD. I want to be fucking BOTZ, baby. But I'll tell you what, we are going to be the biggest fucking battle league on the West Coast for sure. Like without question, any other league who's not centraled here, you're not going to be able to compete with us. That's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the best fucking fans in the world in San Jose. Our camera guys are creating some of the best quality footage in the fucking game right now, period. And people are fucking in my inbox. Your favorite battlers are in my inbox asking me when they can come out and do battles. So it's on, baby. Like we already got the shit. Like with the West is ours. The Bay is ours. And nobody throwing events out here is going to be doing it on the level that we're doing it. That's just the way it is. Like we're going to have our tryout events that are going to have like, and those are even going to get bigger, and they're going to have bigger headline battles at the top of them. But when it comes to like BOTZ 10, that's going to be the biggest event in California this year. Hands fucking down. It doesn't matter what any other league does. It doesn't matter what URL does in LA. It doesn't matter what King of the Dot does in LA or anywhere. Like it'll be the biggest event in California in 2018. My fucking word. Trust, And if I'm wrong, then, if I'm wrong, then I'm on a card. You know what I'm saying? Because someone's throwing some shit that's so big that I have to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's my stance on that. I hope that answers your fucking question. It wasn't even a question. I was just making a statement. I don't want to be nobody, bro. Like we have our shit. Like we already have the best league in the world. We don't need to be anybody else. All right. Moving along. Oh, at the end of day 2, we did bar pong. And we did Iron Man bar pong. And we had Caustic just stay on the table as long as he could. And he fucking was just running through people. It was beautiful. Tino and Cypher 209. Cypher 209 did battle day 1. Had a great battle with Night the Poet. That was another really good battle. And Night the Poet had a standout performance too. Tino got to do bar pong, which is tight because they were supposed to do a 2-on-2 with Bankroll D and Young Jesus, and they didn't show up. Car trouble, apparently. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that battle cracking again. When you set up when like someone doesn't show up for their like second or third battle, who knows if they're ever going to come back? You know what I mean? We just keep our fingers crossed and hope we get Bankroll D and Young Jesus back in the ring. But You never fucking know, man. Could be over it. So, Bar Pong is attached to the VOD. So not only do you get 5 hours of battle rap, including Pat Stay versus No Shame, Ronnie versus EK, Gray Fox versus Reverse Live, Be Nasty versus FLO. Fuck, it's awesome battles. And you got a Rumble and you got Bar Pong. Awesome. So it's $25 and you're supporting the movement in a major way because we are looking to build big for BOTZ 10 and we're planning some really big shit for the near future. So yeah, buy that shit. Thank you. Okay. Caustic did kill everyone. It was pretty tight. Caustic is a Bar Pong phenom, but holy shit, Lush is a force to be reckoned with in the Bar Pong. I got to give it up to him too, because him and Chase were talking all that shit, and I was just like, just wait, homie, just wait till we're actually yicking, and both of them held up. It ended up being at the end of and to our credit, we were very inebriated. But it's not like Lush wasn't. I just think Lush handles drugs better than most people. So in that moment, man, he was unstoppable. And Fredo is definitely also I feel like Caustic, at the table is the best I've ever seen, right? When we're standing up at the table. But sitting down at the Dirtbag Dan show table, Fredo has always been the one that has the best. I would also say that Reverse Live says the best shit. He won't last the longest, but the things that he says are consistently my favorite things that are said in Bar Pong. But Fredo is definitely can go the longest when we're at the table. And so it was Fredo and Chase and Lush at the end. It ended up being Lush that held it on. That's on episode 137 of the Dirtbag Dan show. If you haven't watched that yet, awesome. What a great episode. I wish we could have fucking those guys come down every week, but I guess if they came down every week, it would lose its newness. And part of the reason it seems so fucking awesome is because it only happens every once in a while. So it's just like me and Ruin Your Day, right? If I was on Ruin Your Day every day, it wouldn't be that tight every time I was on Ruin Your Day. But every time I'm there, it's tight. Same thing. Yeah. So we're gonna get that shit back. All right. Okay. What else, guys? 1:30, we're yicking. Let me just break down this channel news real fast, and then we'll talk about battle rapper salaries as our major topic. I know I seen Big T on my Instagram oh, I'm going to watch that shit. Okay, so as far as channel news goes, like I said, 137 of the Dirtbag Dan show, the episode we dropped on Monday, is yicking. If you haven't watched it yet, awesome Bar Pong with the 667 squad. Go check it out. We got a music video that we're going to drop on Monday for Ghost Blicky, one of the songs off of the Dirtbag Dan Show EP. If you haven't yet, go download the Dirtbag Dan Show EP from dirtbagdan.bandcamp.com. It's free. You just put in 0 for the price. I appreciate all the people that have been making donations. People have been dropping 5 here and 10 there. That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much. We're doing a video we did a video for Ghost Blicky. It was directed by Spanish Terror. That's Reverse Lives, bro. And myself, All Day Dirt, Jordan, and Reverse Live in the video. It's a fucking awesome video. It's one of my favorite videos that we've ever done. And we're dropping it Monday. But if you're a patron, you're going to get to watch it tonight. So as soon as it's uploaded to YouTube, I'm going to set it to unlisted. And I'm going to put that shit on the Patreon. So patrons will get it early. If you're not a patron, join the army at patreon.com/counterproductive. Boy, we got hella websites, man. We do's this. Okay. All right. Other channel news? I think that's it. Oh, we're planning some tryouts for March, and we want to set up one of those bigger title contention style matches at the top of that card. So stay tuned for that. Venue will likely be local color. Working out something to where we could serve beer there and it still be all ages, which is, I guess, possible. And I'm fucking stoked on that. So more information on that to come. Assy McGee says, get Carter Deems to do Bar Pong. So you'll never guess who hit me up yesterday. Carter Deems says, I love this fucking bar pong shit. When can we do it, right? I want to do it. And I'm just like, man, whenever you're like around, let me pull it up and see exactly what I said to him. But Carter Deems has expressed interest in bar pong. He wants to do it. He wants to do it soon. So I said, we're planning an event early March. And if you'd be around the Bay Area, we'll set something up. He said he'd definitely be interested in doing one in March. He said, is the date set? I said, I'll let you know by the end of the weekend. How about that shit? Carter Deems wants to come down. So maybe, well, I mean, he didn't say anything about battling. But he definitely seems interested in bar pong. So we'll see if we can get him down for a bar pong tournament. And it would be appropriate if it was the same weekend as whatever event we're planning. So yeah, man. How about that shit? Fucking awesome. Dude, like I said, all your favorite rappers are in my inbox all the fucking time. Like, when can I get a BOTZ battle? When can I get bar pong cracking? Like, these fools want to come out and do this shit. It's fucking awesome. I don't know, bro. It ain't like that with these other leagues. They're not like calling them and asking them to do battles. You know how I know that? Because it goes along with the salary conversation. It'll fuck you up to do that. You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to call the work and be like, hey, can I work? Like, because they're, you know, you're going to get paid less. But I digress. It's fucking true, man. If you want to work, shit. What kind of fucking world do you think we live in? But it's awesome, you know, because I think people know that. Obviously, like, we're not in a position to be able to capitalize off some of these bigger MCs as some of the other leagues. So they are willing to come down on how they work for us. And all of this directly ties into our conversation about salaries in battle rap, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're fucking talking about today. Ooh, taboo. What I'm not going to do is tell you what specific people get paid. I'm not going to tell you what I pay people. I'm not going to tell you what people have been paid in the past. What I am going to do, which I think is much more valuable and super important, is I'm going to help you understand how a salary is determined for a battle rapper. I'm going to talk about the history of the pay structure in battle rap and how it was developed. And I'm going to talk about how that structure affects the growth of battle rap as a whole. All of these things I can do without like fully like dry snitching on any individual or like, you know, doing like fucking with anyone's business as far as like saying, you know, I feel like if I say, okay, this is how much these people pay these people, then that I'm doing a disservice to the battler. I'm doing a disservice to the league. A lot of this isn't public. It just ends up public because it's a bunch of people who aren't businessmen doing business on the internet, no less. So like, yeah, a lot of this information gets out, but it's not my place to say that shit. It is my place, however, to help you guys understand like how and why this shit is the way it is. You know what I mean? And being someone who has been in battle rap for, you know, a decade, I think I have a pretty good understanding of like why things are the way they are, and I can break it down for you guys. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say right off the bat that like, while I've worked with every major league in the world in some way, shape, or form, like I never did official business with URL. Never once did I do. And I mean, there's all sorts of other leagues that I didn't do business with. But as far as like the major league, I did business with every other fucking league on the planet. Flip Top, Don't Flop, Got Beef, fucking King of the Dot, Grind Time. You know what I'm saying? Like you name it, in every continent, if there was a league, I did business with them. But URL, the one battle I did for URL was actually a Grind Time battle initially. So it was booked under the same pretenses of a Grind Time battle. I was paid similarly. It wasn't like anything different like that. It just ended up coming out on URL later to everyone's dismay. So, and RIP PH, man, fucking, looking back on that as one of the better experiences of my life. First time I went to New York and I got to kick it with PH, and that's like one of the 5 times me and that dude hung out in our lives. So good times. But I digress. Pay structures in battle rap. So it's like this. Whenever anybody asks me, okay, like how does a battle rapper, what determines what a battle rapper gets paid? It's basically, it's on the 1-to-1, right? And what that means is what any individual battle rapper is going to get paid is directly based on their ability to negotiate that payment. So, you know, it often doesn't matter what somebody else is being paid. You know what I mean? And often you won't have any concept of that. Sometimes if a card is already in motion as a battler, you could look at a card and go, okay, well, they got these guys already. So realistically, they only have this much room in their budget, you know, just based on what you think other people are getting paid. But ultimately, like what anybody else gets paid for a battle, it doesn't factor into your negotiation process. It's just you and the league trying to figure out what's fair for you to come out there and do your thing, right? So what are your tools as a battler to negotiate that? Numbers, mainly. It used to be like the main thing was like your views on YouTube, and that would be like what you were able to negotiate on the most, because you could just go, look, man, I do this many views per battle on average. Like this is what I'm doing regularly. And then there's butts and seats, which is kind of harder to negotiate unless you have people at the door that are actually like keeping track of who's bringing who. And we try to do that as a venue or as a promoter, but it's hard to do. It's not easy. So that becomes, if you're someone who can prove that you bring a lot of people to the venue, that often can carry a lot of weight, and almost more weight than the views. It's just a harder thing to prove, right? And then I guess like the other like skill and like your general perceived level of where you are is like that final defining factor of like what you're going to use as your arsenal to negotiate your payment, right? So, you know, you're going to be like, I get this amount of views on average per battle. I probably bring 10, 20 people to the venue, and, you know, like this is right. I just beat this dude. I just beat this dude. You know what I mean? Like that's generally the tools that you would be using to negotiate. But, the reason, I have to go back to the history before I talk about why like that's not an effective system, and why like this system has kind of put the leagues in a bind as far as like what they can do with putting together events. So like when I speak to the history of battle rap, for me, like when I'm talking about acapella battle rap, I'm talking about West Coast, I'm talking about grind time mainly. And this, like, what happened with grind time is a model for what happens with battle rap everywhere in a lot of ways. Like anyone who's smart, who was operating within that system, seen the pitfalls of it and, you know, made changes accordingly. But what happened initially was small event was thrown in a ballroom in Oakland, and some people came out, not a lot of people. The videos came out online, and those videos blew up. So when the next event happened in Mosswood Park, there was a lot of people there, and people knew that these videos were going to get a lot of views, that were going to go on WorldStar, and that these videos were going to blow up. So when Battle of the Bay 3 came around, this is where it all fucking changes. This is where salaries in battle rap become a thing, because no one was getting paid before that. No one got paid for the first one. The second one was at a park. There was no money to be paid. But over the course of these events happening, this fucking phenomenon happened when these battles started getting views, and a lot of views. And then they ended up on WorldStar and started creating notoriety. And the notion of monetization kind of first started to pop in the heads of the battlers. It was like, oh, these people are actually advertising in front of these battles. So there's money that is being made on the back end for the amount of views that I'm getting. Okay, mental note. Views equal money. Noted. Battle of the Bay 3 comes around, and some people are paid for this event, but not astronomical. And again, I'm not going to break down like who got paid what, but dude, 1,500 people paid to get into that fucking event. It was packed, and it was like a 3-day event. So it was like, if you got like a 3-day ticket, it was probably like $50 for like the weekend, or fools paid $25 every day, or maybe it was 2 days. I don't know. It wasn't cheap to get in, and hell of fucking people paid to get in. And these battles were getting a shitload of views on YouTube. So at that moment, all the battlers figured out, okay, we got to get some fucking money. Like we, I don't know. It's hard to say you got hosed, right? Like you didn't make money that wasn't coming to you. But a lot of money was made on the backs of the battlers and the filmers. I mean, most importantly, the filmers. A lot of money was made on the back of the product that was created that day, both at the door for that event and online. And that was where it all fucking started. That's when everyone said, okay, hold on. All right, I could bring this many people. I'm getting this amount of views. And then there started to be like, people started to try and figure out like, what is the direct like monetization to dollar amount? You know what I mean? And there was this like, people used to float around this like, oh, you get $2,000 for, you know, 1 million views or whatever, which is, I think like was at one time base monetization. But the reality is, this is the reality. Nobody fucking knows what those leagues got paid. Grind Time, everybody involved in Grind Time, nobody ever told anybody what the checks looked like. King of the Dot, we have no idea what the checks look like. URL, no idea what the checks look like. All we know now is that they dropped off dramatically about 1.5 years ago, or a year ago now, something like that. But for like, we're almost to 10 years of battle rap. For 8 of the 10 years of battle rap, the leagues were collecting leagues like, Grind Time initially, King of the Dot, Don't Flop, URL, any league with a large subscriber base, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 subscribers, like the amount of videos they're pumping out, the amount of views they were getting, and this is before monetization changed at all. So there wasn't like restrictions on their monetization. There wasn't like content that wasn't suitable for advertising. Everything went, right? So it was just like a matter of if you pumped out videos and your videos got a lot of views, then you got more money for your shit, right? Nobody knew. We never fucking knew what they made. So we had to, in our own heads as battlers, make up like what we think we are worth. And some motherfuckers are just better than others at that, man. And like, probably from the fucking start, some of those numbers were inflated. There was probably no way to recoup on battlers who wanted $10,000 a battle. Like, when you really think about it, like, there were ways for the leagues started to get put in situations where they were breaking even on events. You know what I mean? And then like that YouTube revenue would help them fund the next event. And then they would break even on that event. And then because the battle rappers all wanted money, they all wanted a lot of money. And the leagues had kind of put themselves in a shitty position by focusing on mega cards as a system for like promoting your league. Like, I would say that like Grind Time kind of did it by accident. Like Grizzlemania was like the first like mega card that was put together where there was like a decided effort to grab the best battlers from all over to put them into an event. But for the most part, like events would just become classic. You know what I mean? And then the quality of Grind Time just started to dip because promises were made and broken. The relationships with battlers were broken. Fools wouldn't battle for Grind Time. The quality of the videos dropped because the people who were filming it weren't as talented as the people who were doing it before, so on and so forth. Eventually shit goes under. I would say that King of the Dot is most responsible for creating like the mega card format and like continue and like just like keeping up the mega card format to where like every event every 2 months is like this mega event, right? Where you have to get all the best guys, which I think was working for them, and in general was working when the pay structure of, YouTube hadn't changed yet. Monetization was the way it was before. But like, what does that mean? That means these motherfuckers were balling out, man. They had to be making a shitload of money. If they're paying the kind of money, like, I mean, bro, you hear these fucking numbers. I know you guys hear these numbers. Fools getting $10,000, $5,000, a card costing 6 figures to put together a card. Like, there's no way that people would invest this kind of money unless they were getting that on the back end. But it stopped. I mean, I know that just as like a microcosm of like these larger leagues, like I think we talked about this before, because I'm open with you fuckers. And I personally think that like transparency on the part of the battle leagues would have saved battle rap from the situation that we're in now. If they would have just said, look, dude, this is how much money we're making. This is what we can afford to pay you. If we pay you this much, we won't make any money. Like, this is what we're looking at from the door. This is what we're looking at. If you look at a real sporting event or a real pay-per-view broadcast, you go to the UFC, they're going to tell you how many pay-per-views they sold. They're going to tell you how many tickets they sold at the door, and they're going to release the fighter salaries. All of that information is public information. It helps you understand why people are in the positions they're in, why they're getting paid what they're getting paid. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should just be wide open with their business, but some kind of level of transparency from the leagues in that instance, at that moment, in the beginning, if they helped us understand how much money they were making, then we would have been able to appropriately adjust how much money we thought we should have been paid. And then we could have developed some kind of a system for battle rap that would be sustaining. Because now we're in a spot. Fools want too much money. So I'm cool. I'm fine. Like I already said, fools are calling me to battle. So guess what? If you're calling me to battle, you're getting paid less. Hey man, that's just the way fucking the world works. But also, my focus is developing talent. Like, I want to put on these big battles on these cards so these kids that are coming up feel as though there's merit in what they're doing. But those battles are not my focus. My focus is developing talent. My focus is the future of this battle shit. Because I know in 5 years, if I do that, we're going to have the best league in the world, hands down. You know why? Because none of these other fucking leagues are doing it. Not one of them are fucking doing it. So we're going to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? And anyone who's done business with us will tell you that there's no question as far as, like, fools don't feel like they're getting hosed. Fools don't feel like we're making a ton of money off them. We're open with anybody who asks us any questions about, like what we're looking at with regards to the revenue from YouTube. I mean, like our Patreon, we're an open book. We're a crowd-funded organization. Essentially, it's like you guys are our bosses, you know what I mean? So we got to check this shit over with you. Look at Gully versus Ganic as a card. This is 2018. This is how we're starting 2018. You've seen how we ended 2017. Fucking world domination, stacked card, fucking both sides, all these huge battles. I think that like that whole year of the fucking revenue dropping off from YouTube, and then like I said, the Toronto event, that just wasn't as many people there. I'm not sure how well this pay-per-view sold. It seemed like shit dipped as far as like, all the makings were there for it to be as big as any other event in the past, but then it just wasn't. And then now Gully vs. Ganic comes out, and unlike the last Gully vs. Ganic where you do have people from all over and like pretty fucking big names on the card, this time it's mostly East Coast cats. And, there's Cortez and A-Ward, and there was Real Deal, but now he's not, and they got Quest McCody in his place. It's just essentially like, it's obvious that the pay structure for these battlers is affecting the ability for these leagues to put together big cards. But it's like, what do we do? The battlers just going to get paid more or less money now to do the same fucking job? No, it's like, fuck, man. I guess crisis precipitates change. That's like the thing they always say when something is so far gone that only it's, you know, destruction or the creation of something new is gonna fucking make it work again. You know what I mean? Like, we can't fix the system that's broken. Like, the fools that were getting paid, like racks and racks to battle, they're not going to do it for less money. But you know what they are going to do? Quit battling in like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So if we work to develop a system that caters to these young guys in the sense that we're not throwing a bunch of money at a small percentage of them and then not making money ourselves so that our leagues can't grow, so that they don't have more opportunities. We could spread it out wider. We could develop more talent. We could do all this shit if we're just honest and open about the way we do business. So that's my discussion on salaries in battle rap, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it was insightful. We got 5 minutes left, and I'll take questions for that 5 minutes. I was thinking about this in my head. Like, I just wrote down some like points and shit. That probably went better than I thought it even would have in my head. Because in my head, I was like getting, maybe it's because I was smoking a blunt at like 6:30 in the morning, like trying to think like, how am I going to discuss this in a way that isn't like insulting to the battlers and the leagues, you know what I mean? But at the same time is honest with the fans. And I think I did that right now. Yeah. So what's that? I have 5,000 subs and 2,000 of them were paid for. They're legit subs though. I paid for them. LOL. At least I admit it though. That's not a question. And you should never pay for any kind of subs or followers or anything like that. It's not a good look because they're not actual people. They're bots and they won't contribute actively to your league. You know what I mean? Like, part of the reason that our shit is so legit or is becoming more and more legit is because of you guys and your guys' interaction with each other in here, your guys' interaction in the BOTZ Facebook forum. You guys make this shit work because you make it important with each other. So like, bots don't work, man. Hey, I love that. Om said he said he battles because he loves to spread the hate. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Oh wow, Bankroll D and Ohms arguing in the chat. That's worth checking out. Would Dirt Nasty be able to come out to a battle? Yeah, I still talk to Simon every once in a while. Simon Rex, Dirt Nasty, he's the fucking man. We don't kick it like we used to, you know what I mean? But I'm sure if he was in the area, he would definitely come out. He's a real cool cat. And anytime he comes and does shows, we go out and say what's up. Bots. Okay. What else? Yo, Dan, are you saying Lux is a double-edged sword? He gives us classes, but... Oh, man, can you go back down? Sorry. He gives us classics, but what would you be able to give us on a 40K budget? Yeah, okay. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to... Again, like I said, like, what you get is on the one-to-one. It's directly related to your ability to negotiate. I think that Lux, at one point, established that he was the most popular battle rapper in the world. When A$AP Rocky's ending the song, fucking... Loaded Lux, put in work, you know what I mean? And it's like a chart-topping song. There's like, that definitely like puts some fucking respect on your name and some, you know, zeros on your check. But yeah, I mean, I don't see how anybody is served outside of Lux by getting paid 40K for a battle, right? Like, the card is going to suffer, you know, the league is going to suffer. And Lux is only going to battle once a fucking year because he gets paid 40K to battle. So sucks for us, great for Loaded Lux.
I'm saying, what could you do?
What could I? No, that's what I'm saying.
Budget for the whole battle.
Man, fuck. The most we ever put out was just over 10 for the BOTZ 8. So, and it was not a money making scenario. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But look, yeah, 40. Come on, you think about it. Fuck. I mean, I could make the best fucking card in the world for 40K. I could make a much better card than any of these other leagues can, because these other leagues, I'll be hitting these fools up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be able to get them to come down on the price. And this is the other thing too. Like, I say that, like, I'm paying fuckers less money. I'm also in the fucking Bay Area. The weather's beautiful. Fucking, it's amazing out here. Beautiful women. The weed is the best ever on the planet. Like, fools just want to come out here and kick it. So, like, same thing with, like, me. Like, you could pay me less to go battle in New Zealand when I was battling, right? Because, like, I want to go to fucking New Zealand. So that has a lot to do with that too. But yeah, oh God, I couldn't even imagine what I would do with a fucking 40K. For a card. Yo, Dirt, what do you think about having tournaments for bar pong, like East and West? Yeah, definitely. I think right off the bat, we want to do like team shit, like 6-6-7 versus counterproductive, and maybe put together some other teams and stuff like that. I think bar pong, we always want to create those kind of like scenarios where it's like team orientated rather than just like a straight bracket system. Oh man, I can't do a best 5 in the West. It's too hard. I could do like maybe up and comers, but then like what? I don't even know how far the West stretches and shit. So I'm not going to touch that one. Yeah. Okay. I get it. I see a lot of questions about Joe Cutter, which always fucking surprises me. I don't know, man. I don't talk to Joe Cutter at all, you know? And I haven't thought much about putting him in a battle. Don't know. I wonder when you guys are going to stop asking that question. Town business for 6-6-7. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. You got DC or Stipe. Woo, that's crazy, right? I mean, you almost like it's so hard to go with DC, even though like he's like my fucking favorite dude. But at the same time, it's like, man, what does that say about John Jones if DC beats Stipe? Fucking cokehead. You were the best. You were the best, you fucking cokehead. All right. Will you ever do bar pong with actual beer? What, fool's got to like drink while they do it? Caustic's always drunk while he does bar pong. That fool's been doing bar pong on fucking shit drunk the whole time, so don't trip. Okay, when you pay someone to battle in Cali from out of state, do you feel the need to pay for room and board? If you do pay for room and board, do you pay them less to battle? Yeah, I mean, transportation and yeah, that definitely factors in, right? Like it's a no-brainer. If my budget to put together any individual battle is like, let's say $500, and it's going to cost you $200 to fly out here, and then it's going to cost $100 to put you in a hotel, then there's only so much money I can fucking pay you. I mean, do the math. But, you know, we think about that. So we try and set up matchups where maybe like I'm flying one guy in, but the other guy's local. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's a situation where one dude's getting a shot, but he's deserving. So he gets a plane ticket and a hotel, but he's not getting paid because it's a big battle for him. And then the other guy's getting paid, but he doesn't have to get on a plane or get in a hotel. So it works out. And then again, it evens out. I have this much money to book this battle, and that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, and when I'm booking with people, that's how I'm booking. Just like that. Okay, I got this much to book this battle. This is what it's going to cost me to get you here, so on and so forth. And that way, there's no discrepancy when the person comes to get their money. It's not like they don't feel like they got screwed. It was we laid it all out for them. So, all right, Romero Rockhold, man, fucking Yol. Just because Rockhold like will always let me down somehow. I don't know why he does. He should be the best, but he's not. I think DC is more skilled than Stipe, but I think that fucking all it takes for Stipe is just fucking one, and that's definitely not the case. Do you ever think about doing live battles on YouTube? Yeah, we did one, and we did Ronnie versus EK. Ronnie versus Reverse Live, and live. Say that twice. And we plan on doing more. Like that's definitely something that we want to do in the future.
Can you show them what the BOD looks like at the end of the show? Or like
Oh yeah. Why don't we pull it up right now?
Yeah, they can see what it looks like.
Pull up the. We're gonna pull up the VOD so you guys can see what it looks like on the screen. That's if you go to botzbattles.com and then you click on the link that says VOD, you get to this screen right here. You got a trailer, and you got all the fucking battles. Scroll down. Oh yeah, look at that. Damn, how many battles is that? 13? 17 battles. 17 battles plus bar pong, and is that including the rumble? So 16 battles in a rumble in bar pong.
17, yeah.
Wow, fucking A. That's a lot of work, man, for $25. 5 hours of fucking entertainment. You figure 2 people can go to the movies for 2 hours for fucking 25. You know what I mean? IMAX, and you can't even get popcorn. Piece of shit. Like, you can watch this whole thing and get high on your couch. Bro, look at that fucking quality footage. So beautiful. Those fucking lights in the background. I'm so excited. This whole fucking event. And it's a star-studded event. There's a bunch of people that came out. So get that VOD, guys, if you haven't already. Support the league. Fucking do that shit. We need your support. We're a crowd-funded organization. We don't bullshit about nothing. All right. Would you ever get some UK cats over? Yeah, actually, Quill hit me up talking about wanting to come over. We talked to O'Shea about wanting to come over. It's really just a matter of budget, right? Because now we're talking about, you know, $700 to $900 just to get you here, right? So, you know, it's just got to be the right battler. It's got to be the right battle. I think we'll make it happen though. And you got a lot of these dudes that just end up out in California anyway, so we might be able to like jig something like if. You know, I run into Marlo in LA sometimes. Like I have more than once, so maybe I'd love to have him out. Out of him and Shuffle T, I love Marlo more, man. Who said it? I thought I liked Shuffle T more until I met him. Turns out Marlo's the guy. All right. Oh, shut the fuck up, Justine. God damn it. I swear, it's like y'all are fucking with me. All right. Shouts out to Mickey Worthless for fucking that off. Yeah. He would have been the first, huh? Son of a bitch. Thoughts on Shoddy Horror's new league? I fucking love it. Have you seen this shit, guys? The Premier League, like they have teams. Like it's like modeled after like the English Premier League, like soccer kind of set up, and they do like team versus team battles. So it'll be like one-on-ones, but it'll be like a bunch of people from one team versus a bunch of people from another team. It's so fucking cool. And it's Shoddy Horror, so it's a battler running a league. So you know. It's, you know, he's going to be taking that extra care and attention. And I heard that they already sold out pre-sales to their first event. So shouts out. Premier League. I love it. I fucking love it. Bar pong and mushrooms. Yeah, probably. I think that's it, guys. We're going to wrap it up. It's 2:05. It's almost 2:10. We went extra today. Great fucking episode. I hope you guys learned something. I think I might actually clip out this section about salary and put it on YouTube by itself, because I think that might be like a valuable thing for people to see and other battlers to see. I wonder like how many battlers were actually watching that. Yeah, I'm going to smoke for sure. All right. Shouts out A+. Folks right there. Assy McGee, Dark Cloud Entertainment, Drew, everybody who tunes in every week. We love you guys, man. We couldn't do this shit without you. Like I said, new music video dropping tonight if you're a patron, and dropping on Monday if you're not. So it's a dope video. It's one of my favorite videos that we put out so far, and it's one of like 4 or 5 music videos that we have on deck. Yeah, we killing it. Counterproductive. This is 30s. Your boy Dirtbag Dan. Dirtbag Dan show live on Monday, and we'll be back next Friday to talk more about battle rap. You bitch.